As a good police officer here in the Antrim and Newtownabbey Council, we were happy to fund the programme. I think people to look at shared history and the history of the whole areas is very important. And I think the people who were involved in the programme were very, very interested in what we had to say. And there was a Polish Urman history to the Antrim and Newtownabbey Borough Council area. So we're happy for people to learn about that so that's not forgotten. And as a good relations point of view, I think it's very, very important for people to understand that there's lots of stuff that happened in the past, but it is in the past. It's great to learn about it, but not to dwell on it, and to move forward, looking at our new society here within Antrim and Newtownabbey as an area that was welcoming to everybody.
When I first thought about this project, and I was quite interested in it, I thought, with Brexit and that, we're kind of looking at what's happened now with the Polish people, and people's views can change and turn of a penny. I thought it was great to bring it out and to get more people to start thinking about, actually, Polish people were here for a lot longer than we think. What I found with this programme so far is that the interest that it has drawn from the participants is amazing. They're talking about outside, they're talking about it to their families, they're talking about it when they come in here to other things. There's a whole mixture of people within the room, and I kind of get a really good vibe, and you don't always get that when you're looking at topics that are about ethnic minorities.
It's been a real honour actually, and it's been really exciting as well to be part of this. So I first met Maciek about a couple of years ago, and I think I've been over 5 times now to Poland, and I've spoken at a wide variety of audiences. And it's just been wonderful seeing the engagement of people. And when I first started coming over, there were fairly general questions, but now I get asked quite deep questions about Polish politics, about the relationship between Britain and Poland, the betrayal and so on. So it's fantastic to see people being so engaged with the history. I find it very inspiring. One of the motivations for me to write this book was because I think that shared history is so important. And I think it's something that quite often people forget, why we have such a big Polish community in Britain, if we have a special relationship with any country, it really should be with Poland, the first among allies, and the only one of the victorious countries to end the war with a foreign-backed, a Soviet-backed communist-imposed regime. And that meant that many people couldn't return to their homeland. And so it's great to be able to tell a story about a Polish-born woman who died a British citizen, who directly served the British Crown for 6 years, the longest-serving special agent of the war, male or female, the first female to serve in that role. And her story really helps people to understand what her motivations were, why she served in these countries, why there was that special relationship, and how that has so much resonance today.
These things are invaluable because they break down, say, barriers, they build up relationships, they create knowledge based on history, and generally they are a very positive thing post-conflict that we have been coming out of in the last 30, 40 years.
Mm-hmm. Sean, I just wanted to ask you about your experiences so far on the 4-Year Freedom and Arts Project and some of the impact it's had on you and the community here.
Well, it's given me certainly a greater understanding of the contribution that was made by the Polish airmen and accompanying military personnel during the Second World War. It's certainly opened my eyes to the extensive and significant contribution that was made, and we owe a great debt to them. Within the context of the present day, it's educated me greatly with regards to the reasons as to why the Polish community has settled in this part of the world, and the ongoing positive contribution they're also making at this time, not too unlike what was had during the Second World War campaign.
And do you feel like the project has the capacity to break down some cultural barriers that exist?
It certainly has, it's prompting a conversation, and by virtue of that, it gets people thinking and exploring their own concepts as to breaking down the negatives, if you like, that seems to be so prevalent, even
stereotypes and myths.
That's the thing, even in the 21st century, and can only be a good thing.
Maggie, I just wanted to ask you about some of your experiences so far on the project and some of the impact you feel it's had on you and the local community here at Barron Hall.
First of all, I know most of the people on this course knew very little about Poland and the Polish people, and certainly knew nothing about the help that the Polish Army gave during the Second World War. I think it's very beneficial and should be rolled out, because the more people know about other cultures, the less fear people have about other cultures. And like that can only be good.
Kyra, if you don't mind just telling us a little bit of your experiences on the For Your Freedom and Arts project so far.
No problem. I found the last 6 weeks very enlightening. It gave me much more of an insight of the Polish people's contribution, not only in World War II, but from then right up to present time. Has helped to break down a lot of myths about Polish people, about immigrants in general. And I've been able to pass on a lot of my experiences, what I've learned, to my friends and family, and explain to them all about it, which I think has been an enlightening experience for them as well.
Yeah. I would recommend it 100%. You want to learn more? You want to take part? This is the course for you. Everybody has loved it. I noticed tonight we have new people that has not been on the last sessions, but have heard about it. So that tells you something. That tells you that the word is getting out there.
That is
and
growing.
being spread, and it is growing. Loving it. Loving it.